Yeah, we need an intro song.
We can't if it's like super live. Double KO radio. Da da da
Yo,
da.
I think it's my skirt that makes me go further forward, dude.
Yeah, 'cause it's like a big old pancake in the back.
Cause I'm a bitchy bitch. Look at me.
Whoa, language, sir. We're
Well,
live.
you know, like a female dog. Hey, welcome. Let me say hi.
Alright, let me see. I think we're live. Alright, I got the chat ready in case anybody goes on the chat. I have the stream up. I don't know if you have the stream up as well.
I do.
Okay, cheers everybody. Alright, so are you 100% ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so am I. So welcome to DoubleKORadio Live. This is the first episode we're doing live ever of our podcast. So it's not going to be super extensive. We're just going to go over the Soriz trailer, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Guilty Gear Strive Netcode. I am Poe, and my co-host over here getting ready and doing push-ups is David.
Hey,
say hi,
up,
David. Hi,
hey,
how you doing?
So, I'm getting pumped, bro.
Yeah, I know you. I'm sure you're getting pumped because Soriz is the character that you were waiting for.
That's right.
And in this trailer, let's go through all the other stuff we learned from the trailer, right? What did we learn, David? Let's list it down.
So we learned on that trailer, we got release dates, we got stages, right? Previously, before the trailer, we had some stages, confirmation, some avatars that are coming up. And then a potential when the new character teaser trailer will be.
Well, yeah, they do say the Vegeta trailer will be
on that time, yeah.
on March 31st, yeah. So people get pumped. They've been doing this like 3 times in a row now.
Yeah, which is awesome. It's like almost bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every paycheck we get a new trailer.
It's just to remind you what you're going to be spending your money on that day.
That's right. So, not sure if you saw it, but if you didn't, please watch DoubleKORadio. We uploaded the Soriz trailer in its finest glory. But just before we get into that, we saw some stages, right? We saw Rosetta stage, I think that was hinted in Narmaya's trailer too.
Yeah, in that trailer, you see it for like a half second. So much so that I just thought it was a part of RPG mode because there is a stage where you fight that boss. And it just looked like maybe because it's like in there just for a second, just looked like maybe it was a part of it or something else or something of that sort.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, bro, do you saw that?
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Narmaya's on the screen. I'm looking at Narmaya. What are you talking about, David?
That's right. And we previously mentioned that adding the stages, this game has. I mean, in the RPG mode will be easier, right? Since they're already there, they're literally already in the game. So it's just tune it up a little bit for the fighting mechanics, and then that'll be it. And that stage is beautiful, right? That Rosetta, right? You have this big lady in the back with a rose, just looking at you fighting for her pleasure. And then it's like very forest-like, very haunted forest, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope it has a transition. You know how some stages here have some transition from day to afternoon or different locations. That would be really cool, right? That maybe in between the stage she gets up, right, and she does like charging something like a special attack or something,
Yeah, that would be cool. That's one of the first things I thought of too when I saw that was going to be a stage and that she would be in the background. Like, what is she gonna do?
Do something.
Yeah, do something. like even like let's say in the beat stage. When Percival and Lancelot are in there, in that stage, there's a character that does something different because she's a fan of them. So stuff like that. Like I'm wondering, like if different characters are gonna be on the stage, will she react differently to them? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Sometime after this. But
yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, these guys have a good attention to detail. So it's one of those things where you're already got your imagination going. Like, ooh, what else are they gonna do? Cutie says we got an echo on your side, so hopefully.
Oh, my side. Let me just refresh the thing real quick.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I'll keep talking about the stage. Usually I don't like dark lit stage in fighting games too. This one looks a little dark, so I'm a little worried about that. But the characters pop.
Come back.
The characters pop really brightly, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem with how dark the stage is for me in this
No, I
in
think
this
it was
update.
more for the aesthetic for things that were happening, but it could definitely be more bright.
And this takes me back to a memory too. As soon as I had as soon as I had played through the RPG mode and seen all these other extra stages that aren't like the best stages compared to what we have, but they are different. They are different backgrounds, so it's like, oh, hey, hopefully they add these in the future. And it reminded me of how many different backdrops the story for Street Fighter had that 4 or 5 years later never made it into the game, and the only way they're in the game is people are modding them on their PC version to be in the background, which is really strange, right?
Yeah, they do that in Dragon Ball, right? That's what
They did it too in Dragon Ball? Yeah, like
Yeah, they put some of these stages.
21's, like Android 21's, like a laboratory. It's not there, but we got some weird Mountain Dew Stadium green screen thing that's cool, but it's not that cool when there's a lot more nostalgia in the other backgrounds in other stages that are, a possibility that could be in that game. But yeah, that's we got a Rosetta stage, and with that, they're gonna be a Rosetta and Yggdrasil lobby avatars, and there's a 400 number in that screenshot we got. So it looks like to me it's gonna cost 400 yen. So it might be something that we have to purchase and not in game, or not something that's just free. So I'm not too sure.
Probably in-game currency.
I mean, usually if it's in-game currency, I don't think they really advertise that in trailers or something. Like, I don't think it's important enough to advertise it in the trailer. So it might be something that you have to buy.
We do have some little bit echo. Yeah, I did notice. I changed a couple of audio functions here, and it's still the same. So not sure where it's coming from. But if it's only when I speak, then that means that my voice is being heard somewhere else. You get me?
Let me see.
Diva, get out of the way. Yo, La
Yeah,
Diva
mine's. I know the Diva's checking herself in the mirror that we're on. She's got the cue cards for us, so that we don't mess up our lines.
Oh, it's pumping up.
All right, so that was pretty much all. All right, and for the gacha game, they're doing.
You get a Soriz version of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and he's already in the game. So you get his version of the game, which is funny. His version of the fighting game into the game, mobile game, which is pretty dope. If you haven't tried it already, tried it. They're on their 6-year anniversary, I think it is. So they're giving a lot of free stuff for that gacha game. It's more of a browser game that you can get.
And like with Beelzebub and with Narmaya, you also, with the character Soriz, get a story episode or 2. We don't know how many, but it was 2 for Narmaya, 2 for Beelzebub. And you get a lobby avatar who's going to be coming with all of the colors like the other lobby avatars have of the characters you get to play with in game. And you get a little ID icon kind of thing for when you have your little license plate.
Cool, man. They should give a bunch of them, like a million of those.
Yeah.
Those little tiny icons.
Yeah, there's like hundreds of characters. Eventually, it should catch up, hopefully. Yeah. So that's all the other stuff, right? That was all the other bits of information.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And then they have the Soriz trailer. I did wrote. Sorry for the echo. Can't figure it out.
Maybe if I unplug and replug in real quick. Hold on.
Try real quick. I'm gonna start talking. So then we have the Soriz trailer. Everyone was waiting. It came out at 6 in the morning here. If you are in the
East Coast.
East Coast? Yeah, we're in the East Coast. Yeah. Which was awesome. And I was super groggy, sleepy, watching it. My eyes have closed. So what? I think it delivered, man. Do you think it delivered? Before it's going into detail, do you think this trailer delivered?
Give me a second, bro. Keep talking. I got aggro.
Alright. So I'm gonna say my perception. I think it delivered, right?
All right,
This
aggro
character had a
gone.
lot of.
I'm cutting you off. It was the hypest trailer. Nobody expected this trailer to be that hype. There's people that weren't hyped for this character before that are hyped for it now, and yeah, it's over the top. The whole trailer's over the top. All right, I'm done. I had to hold all that in because I had aggro, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Damn it! I'm gonna stick to much that had the echo. So the trailer, this character was built up right to expectation because it's a monk, and a lot of people like that type of character type into fighting games, the monk style, especially me. And this character had like a little bit of lore that a lot of fan base that people were talking about because he had some very unique presentation to his characters. The manly is, he's like a flirt, but then he's also like a martial artist. So not also, he's also a martial artist, and he has even a music video with a music, Soya. If not haven't seen it, please check it out.
Soya.
And
Sorry.
these guys are like buff guys in loincloth, and they're like, it looks like a video,
Yeah.
like a music video. And I remember I sent you that before we even knew about Soriz coming out. I was like, yo, this music needs to come into the game or something, And then, true to the fan, they obviously paying attention, and they put that as a theme for him, right? Right off the bat, you hear it, so you're getting pumped. Yo, this is the music, you're already getting pumped, right? And he looks visually incredible, bro. The graphics of this game obviously helps it a lot, but he looks so good portrayed into the game. And then he start going in, dude. All his special effects, the combos that he's showing, the multiple moves he's doing, showing air combos, air follow-up, sorry. And the visual presentation of his super with the tiger and the dragon and all that stuff. It just looks incredibly beautiful, man. Like every hit feels like it has a weight on it. Like you could feel like the hits, the grown man hits. and then something happens after that, bro. You see him do a parry. And then he goes this type of install, and he breaks all his clothes, and there he is in his loincloth again.
and you and I both made a joke, like, because of the videos that I made about the original skins versus the slightly more censored versions of the skins. Like, we really hoped that he had a censored version. Well, an original one, like his original one would be something with him in the loincloth. And well, the fundoshi, if you want to be accurate, before I get yelled at in chat or anything. And it ended up being added into a mechanic instead of being like a skin, which was really smart, because then people get to see it all the time and they get hype.
And it has a purpose.
Yeah, it has a purpose too. It's not just to be there. There's like a reason he's going crazy.
Which is awesome. Now, imagine if they do something even better. That you know how Nirmaya has you remove the clothes, the shirt, or the other girls that you can remove stuff. Imagine him that you can, if you do story mode with him, whatever, you can have him always being in that form, in that loincloth form. That would be super epic.
Yeah, because he has like a one, like I saw him too, where the one where he has like the head bandana and like the jacket over the shoulders too. Like he has like a art of him like that, where he's a little bit more clothed. Yeah, but he's still in the fundoshi. But yeah, he looks super over the top. His he has like basically you get to see a little glimpses of his win poses, his intro, a little bit of like, they don't show it fully, but you see a little bit of his super move and his super skybound art at the end, which is ridiculous because it finishes different than any other game. He basically turns into Saitama for that move. He throws one punch, and that one punch like kills you.
And the ink style looks incredible.
Yeah, it has its own different finish.
And then the punch, and then you see the lines coming outside, like to show the impact. They do that very well in this game. The build-up of certain moves, like an example, the Zeta move, Zeta, the Super Skybound, that she moves her spear to throw like a beam at you. You could feel the weight of the power by the builder that she's moving, as the camera angle and all that stuff. So they do very well in this game, and they did that with him. From the build-up, he's going and running and punching you, and then how impactful that is with the lights and the black and white and all that stuff. This looks incredible, dude. Incredible. No one was expecting this. And he runs so fast at you, like it's scary type of shit.
Yeah, the install itself looks like his speed goes up. I don't know if his damage goes up, but it looks like he starts being able to cancel into different specials because like in the beginning of the trailer you're seeing certain special moves like a multi-hit like punch or like a kick dashing forward or like almost like a burn knuckle and a power geyser. He has like versions of those kind of moves, and then like when you're looking, like if you slow it down in those parts, he's canceling it from special to another special. So I'm hoping it becomes something where, like, let's say you do a confirm into that install, you can still combo into it for like extended combos, more damage, you know, like stuff that looks really, really cool when people are pulling it off in matches. That's what I hope. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm hoping it's something like to that effect.
Yeah, let them go crazy, let him go crazy because that's a lot of things that people are saying, oh, it's limited or not, let this be the character that break that boundary, or at least that it feels the most, expressive, right? It reminds me a lot of Blaze Blue or Ban Shishigami, the ninja. He has a super that he install, right? He moves really fast. He gets golden, right? It's like an install. Install means you go into a state, it becomes golden, and then the music changes. It's really epic. It's really cheesy, but it's hype because people know about it, and it became very popular with the fans. And it's the reason that it's hype is because he moves so fast, and you could do all this crazy stuff. And little do you know, if you finish his super art, also, he ends up with his Fundoshi thing. These people, yo, they're onto something, bro. We need to do double KO and that type of gear.
Oh, you didn't put yours on for this episode?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, come on, dude.
I forgot. Just imagine that I have it. So I think that's the thing that I think it gravitates with a lot of players. Those type of characters are very expressive, right? They're really out there. So I think he's gonna be a very fan favorite, man. I'm definitely using him. I don't care. I mentioned I was using him.
Yeah, you already called dibs. When it comes to like the group of people that we play with. But gameplay wise, does he look like he's gonna suit your, like who you are as a player?
Based on what I saw, he seems to have easier. I think he seems to be easier part, right? Not like Narmaya. So he has like, it seems like regular combos and a special move. That's what it seems like he was doing. So yeah, it's all about using the character you like in a sense, but I think he's gonna be more user friendly, sorry, to use it. And what I mean by that is there's a character here that you have to do different stats. She looks awesome, but it's complicated to play her more than the rest. So people are having a hard time. I think with this guy, it's gonna be a pick and play. I normally like more technical characters, but it's still a character that he looks awesome. I read that he has a counter. Think about like Zangief, that if you hit him, he becomes, he absorbs the hit. That's that thing that lifts his hands.
He puffs up really big too, like super exaggeratedly big.
So apparently, the more you do that, the stronger your ultimate gets.
When really? That's gonna, I'm the avatar I got right now is fairy. That's gonna be annoying for me.
Holding all that.
He's gonna be charging. He's gonna have that long distance charge up, and I don't have that much health, so that's gonna be tough.
Oh man, it's just gonna be great. The last win pose they show in the trailer, which is like he's grinning, like it looks cool. It just shows so much personality, man. It seems like they have fun with this character.
Yeah.
His attire looks great. Everything looks good. So I'm excited. They said that he released on April 7th.
Yeah, the 7th is when that and the stages are...
So he has 3 days to be played.
What do you mean?
He can only be played for 3 days, bro, because Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my god, that's right. We're gonna go in on this game and then everything's locked down like you know what. We're gonna be locked down too, like you know what. So
yep. So
we're gonna take it old school too, teenager days where we don't shower. Man. Everything needs to be around us. Like there's gonna need to be some kind of something to put bodily fluids into. Everything's getting shut down. remake
within our bodies.
all weekend. It's funny because I had requested off for that, so I guess I don't need to request off for that anymore.
Oh yeah. You're right. So and then they show the trailer for the next character is gonna be Vegeta.
Well,
But,
not well. They just showed it the teaser basically.
Correct. That's gonna be
one
for the
second.
next trailer.
She's next.
The date. Which is on the 31st of this month.
Yeah.
Which is now we don't know. There was a rumor that Vegeta and Zoe and Soriz will come out at the same time. If not, Vegeta and Soriz at the same time. Even if Vegeta comes out the trailer for the 31st, she can still come out on that 7 of Soriz.
Yeah.
You know? And then it leaves one more room for maybe if they need to tune in Zoe and then release her on that point.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fantastic. Think about it. We're almost done with all the DLCs in what? How many months? 1 month? 2 months?
Yeah.
You know that. You know what that means, right?
That means more. That means more people are gonna be upset that they paid $60. But wait, couldn't we wait one more month and for a $60 game and have all these characters? That's where that's gonna go. That's where the internet's gonna go with this, bro.
True.
Hey, but where were you going?
Well, where I'm going is that they're just gonna keep pumping this thing with characters. Do you notice that after every trailer they put the character they're going to release into the roster, right?
Yeah.
That's like Smash Brothers.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Remember how Smash Brothers new character come up and they put it into that whole wallpaper they had?
Yeah.
So you know what this means, right? We're gonna have 75 characters.
this thing's just gonna keep going.
We can't have the same
I want
characters.
that poster when it comes out. When it's like when they go, all right, I think we're done. We have all 500 people in here. I think we're done.
Granblue is the franchise that can do that, dude. Legit, they can do that.
Got that.
Easy.
Got that side games money backing it, and that's what we're gonna bring up later when we talk about that netcode for Strive.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of side game, you can tell that these characters are not just being pushed out, right? Because the way, once again, how they look. You know how in Dragon Ball FighterZ, some characters look better than the others?
Yeah.
Like the DLC, some DLC look better than the others, some just looks regular.
Yeah.
Like Jiren looks regular than every other person. But then you got Gogeta, he looks kind of different. Broly looks kind of different. Kefla animation, it just looks kind of different. Here, the consistency of high-end things is constant. Consistent. It's like always there, you know. So for me, it feels that they're not just pushing this out. You know, it feels that they're really catering for these characters and they're putting as much effort as they can. Which I'm hyped. Just fucking hyped.
Yeah, because again, like the way Source was presented, you know, all that's pretty much going to be in game. It's no CG thing. This all that hype stuff people were looking at was all in game stuff. So.
And the good thing that I say that I want to relate to that is if they keep continuing delivering that quality, then it keeps the game fresh. Because what is the next character going to be like? Instead of like, another character is going to be, what is the next character going to be? These trailers, people are all upon it, dude.
Yeah,
There's nothing more exciting than a character trailer.
And I remember there was a lot of people being upset about.
Of course.
Imagine that, people being upset about how Vegeta was represented in the last trailer where they show her doing grand type of moves, and it's supposed to be cool because they were like, oh, she is like grand because you know that's the character you pick in the beginning and they're like the same, but they're not. But as soon as they showed that 1 second of her doing a completely different Super Skybound art, with those weapons, they're like, oh, you see this? Gran always getting pooped on because this girl's always OD because she's the whale and blah blah blah. I got this guy that I keep talking to on the chat. I'm hoping he holds him true to his word. He's like, I'm not dropping Gran. I'm like, bro, when those nerfs come,
and you see how cute she looks.
Yeah, you see how cute she is doing Gran stuff. That you know, I better not like see you online and it's a different character.
Yeah, if she gets that blue hair that I mentioned, I think I showed you a couple of months ago. I was like, yo, it would be cool if they had this blue hair
Yeah.
form thing. Dude, if she gets that, that's it. That's a wrap. All
And it's funny too, because then some people are like, yo, these people are too similar, and some people want like the alter ego versions of them or whatever. And it just goes to show, like, like it's like people want more regardless, even if it's the same thing. Like, I think more of the people being upset right now would be potentially because this doesn't have that many characters at the moment, and we might get that's another topic, and we might get someone who's a little too similar to one we already have. But it's still, maybe they showed for the most part what is similar, but the rest isn't similar. We'll see. We'll
Maybe
definitely
that's the bait,
see.
Dude. That would be a perfect bait. Let me show you what is similar, and everything else is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly how you said it. So that's great. That was a Soriz trailer. There's a lot of build up. This game, it has a good hype train going on. A lot of people from the FGC are playing it that will play other games like Street Fighter or even Dragon Ball. Are continue to play this game. More Street Fighter players, I will say, which is awesome because somehow people love following the Street Fighter players in any game they play. So
yeah.
Tons of others,
tons of top pro players are streaming this, whether it be in the stream, like whether it be Twitch or whether it be streams, like stream companies, like platforms or whatever from their own country themselves. Like they're putting the game out there because they're enjoying the game.
Even non-fighting game player also streaming it too, which is also the best part. Playing RPG mode and stuff. We did one here in DoubleKOradio, but I've seen others also they have doing it, which is really cool, dude. I don't know. I'm hyped when they continue to support a good game. I would say. Yeah. And then speaking about good game, do you smell the game, bro?
I think you messed that up.
Oh,
do I know the smell of the game? I do not just yet. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll all know the smell of the game, and maybe even hopefully sooner, right? Because we got the beta.
The closed beta. Yeah,
they announced a closed beta coming out. You have from March 13th to April 5th to sign up. I would suggest doing it sooner than later. I'm sure the fighting game Illuminati, the fighting game Illuminati probably somehow they're all gonna, randomly get in somehow. But nobody's supposedly
prioritized,
prioritized to go in there. So it's like a lottery. You go in, hopefully you get in, hopefully you don't. Hopefully one of us, David or me, get it, and we'll stream it or put out content for it or whatever. Back in the old days, one of us would just go to the other person's house with the console. But we can't do that right now. But yeah, so hopefully we'll figure out how to get content out for that if we get into the closed beta. You got any more info on the?
Yeah, I do. So I have a little bit more info. You said the first part. So the schedule for the closed beta, at least on it says PDT, right? Which is, I think it's Pacific time. I think it is. What is PDT? I'm not sure what PDT.
It's Pacific. It's Pacific.
Gotcha. So April 15 is when it actually starts, right? But it says time to begin may vary. So it doesn't matter if it starts on 15. Have patience because it doesn't mean they will start at 12 or 1 a.m. It could be at 6 p.m. that day, maybe for an hour. We don't know. We don't know any of that. But at least it lets you download the game on April 15. On April 16, when the server starts for service, that you can technically play online, that will start 20 hours. I don't know what is 20. What is 20? That's at 10?
That's... that's like at 8, 4 hours from 12. Whatever. 4 hours from midnight. Whatever. Damn, dude, don't blow us up with the math.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
So that's 8 p.m.
But the thing is, it has an offline mode available during the 16. So what that means is that some betas you cannot go in if it's off maintenance. Like, hey, we cannot play online. But this one, even if you can still play offline versus AI, which is good. Then the 17.
That's pretty dope.
It is pretty cool. And then when it really starts, it's the 17, which is testing number 1, the 18 testing number 2, 19 testing number 3.
Gotcha.
Which is really cool. Now, it says some information here. It says, while the server is active, you may play the online versus COM, which is computer mode. While the online testing is active, you may have access to lobby to play online matches and more. So it has a lobby, so that's good. Some testing for online is just rank, and then you go there without going to a lobby. You don't know what's happening, you don't see bars, you don't see nothing.
Yeah.
So here has a lobby. So let's see what type of Arc System lobby they adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. And of course, it says this schedule might change prior of notice, so anything can change at any time. But go to Arc System Works U, and you'll be able to find out a little bit more about it. Sign up. Maybe we can meet you there and fight you guys. Really cool.
Yeah, there's also they said there's more like I tried to go to a link. They say, hey, more information here, but it's the Japanese site. So if you know Japanese or can translate the Japanese, you'll get all the information from the Japanese Guilty Gear Strive website. And yeah, if you really need to know more about the beta and all that stuff.
And the most important about this beta, the reason we're talking about it is not only because it's a good game. There's a netcode that they announced recently. It's called Rollback Netcode. That a lot of fans been claiming about it, and they mentioned officially that the release of the game will have that netcode. But they also mentioned that this beta will be running on the netcode that initially have it. It says when the online network test is running, will be on our current netcode. But on release day, we will have rollback netcode. That's what it says here.
So, go ahead. I just wanted to give a little bit more backstory on the rollback netcode thing.
So it says, also the current beta test build is using a similar delay-based netcode from previous title. A rollback-based netcode is currently in development for the final product of the game. This information may vary on the final product, always says.
Yeah. So basically, this past year, there have been a lot of people campaigning for us as fighting game players not settling for just basic netcode all around. And it's more maddening because we've had games from what, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the past that have better netcode back then up until now. And all these games now, like, it seems like nobody's really we're not like evolving the way we should when it comes to netcode and what's the preference of all the players. Like, what do people want? And it goes to show you that even as something as simple like Street Fighter having that dude that modded the netcode, people bought the game. That dude made Capcom money just because they thought they'd have a netcode that was actually good, because it's known for not being the best netcode, right? And that one actually has a rollback. It's just a really bad version of it. So like, even if you have rollback, you have to have it still be a good rollback, not just like something subpar, right? So there's been a lot of talk about it. So, you know, like companies in Japan, this shows that like there's finally, like, this is the one, like this is where it shows like, all right, this company budged and they're gonna try it, because, you know, in a lot of people, like in surveys and stuff like that, all saying it's top priority. It's one of the top priorities for a fighting game, the netcode of it. And they're finally starting to get it. Hopefully, hopefully everybody that is on the fence on whether they're gonna get Guilty Gear or not, at least supports it to the point where they feel like it was a success, and they feel like it was a success because of their decision to make rollback over delay based. So this is important time. This is important time for other Japanese companies that are used to doing things a certain way with their netcode to follow suit for the future of fighting games.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go as far as saying that this can make or break this game, because now they told the fan base, we're gonna give you what you want, right? What you've been claiming for. If they cannot deliver on that, as in it's a good one, they're gonna murder it. They're gonna mention all this bad stuff, because people are easier to complain disregarding all the hard work, but because they already told him, no, we're gonna get you that. They already preemptively told them that. now there's so many high expectations of it that this can be their downfall as their success also can be. So it's pretty cool. Last detail in the beta is the playable characters are going to be Sol, Kai, Mei, Axe, Chip, Potemkin, Faust. That's 7 characters are going to be. And the text is going to be in English, Japanese, and Korean, but it has voice in Japanese only. So all your anime weebs, we in there. We definitely in there.
Well, I got Chip, I don't got biking, but I got Chip.
I think I'm gonna use Kai.
Yeah, I could see you being a... What's cool? Like, basically, Soriz is like a mixture of both of us. He got a ponytail and a beard.
Yeah, he has the same age as us.
Oh, shit, combined. That dude's old. So yeah, super excited about the hopefully getting into the beta, and hopefully all goes well with the netcode for this, and hopefully it shows. Hopefully someone inside games goes, "Hey man, why not our game?" And then they go, here's a bunch of money. Rework it for like the re-releaser or something like that for this game, because I don't think
maybe Granblue can get that, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Granblue, yeah. Because the side games money. Be like, hey, you did it for your how much money? Yeah, dude, we got that. We got 20 of them. Put 20 different roll. Put a rollback for each character somehow, whatever that means.
You got me right. Okay. They can make it. So I'm vouching for them. I'm hoping that everything goes well for them. I want to see them succeed with this. So like you mentioned, maybe other companies can be like, oh, well, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then that would be it. That would definitely. Hey, we have someone here.
Whoa, Gran, get your crotch out of my face, Gran.
Oh, he heard you.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, that's basically all we got, right?
That's definitely what we got. Yeah, absolutely. We might do the trailer for the Vegeta, right?
Yeah, well, there's a couple topics like for future plans. I'm thinking bi-weekly for this, because it'll be mainly centered around Granblue, and then any kind of extra fighting game news towards the end of it. So it's all gonna depend on if big news happens for this game, and if like any kind of updates or anything, or if any like sudden discussions, like hot takes are happening in the internet about this game, that we'll do a podcast on. But for the most part, I think every 2 weeks would be a safe bet. And if there was an issue with the audio this week, we'll continue to try and figure stuff out, because right now we just wanted to test it out straight from the PS4. Straight from the lobby, because I like how active the lobby looks. It looks like we're in Good Day America. That's what I like to call it. Good Morning America, whatever that. Yeah, something like that.
That's right.
And hopefully, if we get people watching this, if we're consistent with this and get people watching, we'll get questions that we can answer, and more I guess interaction with anybody that's watching. So. Thank you very much for watching, and I think we're going to do something fun, David. I just thought of something random. You ready? We're going to end this with looking for the best name in the lobby.
Ooh, okay.
I'm looking. Frosted Lakes.
Go that way.
Frosted Lake. Telos. We got...
I got one.
Actually, Felix. Dude, how you say go that way, then you go the same way I'm going? Frame plus frame buns clapper.
Lava Sharknado, dude, you can beat that.
Lava Sharknado, I don't know. Plus frame buns clapper.
Let us know who's better, guys, in the chat. Lava Sharknado or Team Flame Buns Clapper.
Alright guys, thanks a lot for listening or coming across the video. Give us any feedback down below. We're more than open. We're very open when it comes to feedback, so have at it with us. Have a good night.
We'll figure the echo. Don't worry.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Bye.